Hey guys, Taft here, 7 Deadly Sins Vapor. Been promising this video to a few friends of ours that come into the shop for a little while. It's about how we wick our RTAs and our RDAs. We do it a little different than we've ever seen someone do it. We do it for reasons to give us a more wet and better wicking vape. So with that, we're going to go ahead and dive on down, show you how to do it. And at that point, you guys can give it a try. Give us your thoughts on what you think of how we're building. We'll show you everything you need to do it. A little bit more difficult and a little more time consuming than your standard cotton wick, but to us, it's very, very well worth it. So we'll dive on down and go from there. Alright guys, so I'm going to be building this on my Peerless RDA. Hopefully that's focusing all right and you can see that. So what you're going to need is obviously your RDA or RTA deck with coils in it. In this case, Japanese cotton. We highly prefer the organic Japanese cotton. Scissors, of course. We prefer these. Nice set of surgical scissors just because they stay sharp, cut cotton really well. And then last, what we use the smallest 1.5 millimeter coil jig. It's just the pin from the coil building jig. So let's go ahead and dive on down and show you how we do this. So now I've gotten pretty used to the size coils that I'm building on. These are a 4 millimeter, so I know right about where to cut my cotton strip. So, cut about that wide for my 4 millimeters. Cut one more because I will need both. See, got them pretty close to exactly the same, maybe off by 0.5 millimeter. Then, as with most all Japanese cotton builds, you want to strip off that outside layer. That layer doesn't seem to wick as well as the rest of it. Seems more for packing. This layer doesn't want to peel as well. There we go. Okay, so now you're left with just the fluffy parts of your Japanese cotton. So this is kind of just our variation and take on the Scottish roll. Really, we haven't come up with a name for this roll. If you got an idea, maybe even something that kind of ties in with our shop name, 7 Deadly Sins, we'd love to hear it in the comments. But definitely, give it a try there. So, we've got our cotton stretched out. We've got that ready to go. So instead of just rolling it like you normally would, that ends up leaving it smashed down. We're actually going to insert this. You can use a small Allen wrench or anything that's about that same size as that little coil building jig pin. You're just going to wrap it around lightly like that. Give you a nice roll. And leaves a nice hole in there. But we're going to insert that back in because we're not quite done with it. So once we've got it wrapped and it seems pretty well adhered, and we've got it nice and evenly wrapped, we're going to take and we're going to tighten down that end just like we would any other build. We're going to leave that pin in there the whole time. So in your case, maybe a small Allen wrench, whatever works for you. Just don't want to be too big. You just want it to fill up that space. And then we're actually going to go ahead and wick that through. With the pin still in it, you should be able to grab the pin and pull it through. Then we'll take and clip the twisted end off. And actually, if you can see it, that pin goes all the way through. Now we remove it. So what this does is it leaves you a nice pocket through the entire thing, and especially through the coil, and forces that cotton to the outsides of the coil so it wicks a little bit faster. I'm going to use that same pin just to get a nice clean fold. I'm not actually too worried about fluffing out the end on this side, just because that hole, it works like a straw. It just pulls everything up in. And this side, it's already fluffed out a bit, but you can actually probably, hopefully in that video, still see that hole in there. And that goes all the way through because we pulled out that pin after the point that we ran that through. So that hole goes all the way through. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Let me grab my cotton. Apologize, this is going to be a little longer video because we want to show you building both sides. That way, if you missed anything the first time, you won't the second. Turn down the video I got going in the background there. Alright, so we're going to just toss aside that piece of cotton from clippings on the other end. So we're going to go ahead, stretch this one out, same as we did the other one. You want it to be nice and even when you stretch it out. You want those layers to be spread nice and evenly. I tend to peel off the ends a little bit. I like a very, very clean build. Same thing, take that pin, gently roll around it, kind of give that first spot a fold, but then give it a nice roll. Leave the pin in, take and find the end of your pin, pinch it off, and give that end a twist so you can feed it through. And we're ready to run it through. Just going to push that through there. Like I said, grab the pin, pull the whole pin through with it, and you can pull it back through. This actually conserves your cotton a little bit because by leaving that space, not only does it wick faster, but it uses a little bit less cotton. Go ahead and clip that end off. Normally I clip the end off before I remove the pin, but it's alright. I promise the effect is still there. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and run that through so you can see. Now go ahead and tuck that side in. And do the same for the other side. Now we've got that nice build, those nice ends, and nice big pocket reservoir for juice. So I'm going to take and drip on it and show you guys how much this pulls up on here. Be right back. Just gonna grab a bottle of juice. Today we're going to use Bazooka sour straws. The blue raspberry sour straws from Bazooka. We're going to show you just how much this soaks up. Just going to start wicking on, putting your juice on your wick. Let that side absorb, go right across the coil. Start doing the other side. Guys, this is our preference for build. Give it a try. See if you like it. If you don't like it, you know, no harm done. You just lost one cotton build. Cotton's cheap. If you absolutely love it, well, great. You found a new way to wrap your cotton and wick your cotton into your coils. So this is still just absorbing all this juice. I've not even gotten any to pool in the reservoir in the bottom here. And it's just expanding because the amount of juice it holds. I mean, just filling those ports. Still going, just keeps absorbing it. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead, finish stripping on this, and take it up top, give it a vape, see what you guys think of our build. Like I said, we haven't decided on a name for this, so if you've got any ideas, leave a good name for us in the comment for this wrap style. And who knows, you might end up being the one that we like your name, and that's what we end up calling it. So let's take it up top. Be back with you in just a moment. Alright guys, and we're back. So I still didn't even fill the reservoir on this. You can see if I tip it to the side, it's still not leaking. It's just absorbing all of that juice. I mean, I've been dripping on this. We're probably at 2 to 3 mils of juice on this. And go ahead and close up my bottle of juice though. This is on my mech mod with a 0.08 ohm build on it, so relatively hot build there. Fits on there nice. Fits in there really well. Let's give it a vape and see how it goes. As you can tell, very short hit, super cloudy though. Let's go ahead and give another hit. It wicks for days, guys. Holds tons of juice, gives you a really wet, flavorful vape. I mean, the Bazooka Sour Straws is great as is. Building with that, it just makes it that much better. Super great flavor. You almost want to lick and wipe your lips because it's such a wet vape, you'd swear that you actually had some Sour Straws candy left on your lips or on your tongue. And so it really increases that flavor and keeps on wicking. You guys saw how much was in there. Let's see how long it takes me to get a dry hit. Still going. Still not dry. Getting close. I mean, that's been what? 12, 13 hits off of an RDA. So, if you guys like that build, give it a try for yourself, see how you like it. If you're in the Pocatello area, come on in. We'd be happy to show you how to do it in shop, so that way you guys can see firsthand how it's done in case you can't quite see how to do it in the video. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for learning what we've got to show you. Apologize if it wasn't very entertaining for you. I'm not a great vlogger. I'm a terrible vlogger, just new to this. We did get a new camera. We've got the GoPro Sessions, so hopefully the audio quality and the video quality is a little better than my previous videos. We're actually editing clips now and got a new computer, new editing software. So we're trying to make this a lot nicer, a lot cleaner for you. Guys, make sure you like and follow our Facebook page and like and follow our YouTube, subscribe. Give it a try. Let us know what you think.